Welcome back to Watch With Us, everybody. I'm here with Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Excellent.
I fucked that up. I go,
Yeah.
I'm here with, and then you say Dave.
You gave it away. Now we have no reveal.
Yeah, there's no surprise at all.
How could this show get any worse?
After all these episodes, I fuck it up this time. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're steaming along with Star Trek. I think again.
We
got to think of something else to watch.
Well, Harrison made a comment earlier about cleansing his palate of Discovery.
Yes.
And so we just happened to go look to see which TNG episode we're doing, and it's an amazing episode. So
yeah.
not even a fair contest.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be. Like, it does share the name Star Trek, but we should refrain from comparing it to TNG because nothing's gonna give us that nostalgia.
That's right. A better comparison would maybe be with Orville. So.
Yeah, because it's current and it's not Star Trek.
Yeah.
So
It's goofier, like TNG,
well, it's like
pointing
I don't
shower heads
understand.
at monsters.
They should have just, what do you call it, embraced the Abrams universe. They should have just said, yeah, well, this is
The way it is.
the way it is. Yeah, this is what would happen in the Abrams universe. It takes place 10 years after Kirk. They should have just embraced it. Why say no? This is a different. This is the prime timeline, and then fuck it up this bad. Like, just say this is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, TNG. I really hope that's picked up on the mic. All right, get the timer going here. Oh yeah, Measure of a Man. I put that in the post. But yeah, this is a great episode. Where's the timer? Right here. Back. Okay, when you first said that, I did have a little bit of a reaction of, I don't remember this as being the greatest episode. Because I always got pissed off that they treated Data like such shit. And
Well,
Picard
that's
was...
what makes it a great episode.
Well, the whole fact that it goes...
He, like, dresses that guy down at the end.
Yeah, oh yeah. The speech is great. I'm not knocking the speech, but the whole idea of them getting there seems a little contrived.
Or they wanted... Yeah.
Well, they've already made him an officer. They must have had this thought and this trial and all of this when he applied to Starfleet Academy. They're like, is he an actual person? Like, can we give him a commission? Like, does he have rights? And then they would have had that whole fucking, like, trial.
Yeah, you'd think they would have crossed this bridge already, eh?
Yeah, he's a lieutenant commander in Starfleet.
Yeah.
Like, of course they would have crossed this bridge. Alright, we'll start her up here. Let me get the subtitles going. That is cool, though. A starbase set up as a port of call. Oh my god, is this... This might be the first poker scene. Not 100% on that, but... Well, he is explaining the rules of poker, so... Now I'm just watching Poker Challenge. Is that what it's called? Worldstar Poker? Well, again, just watching the show now. Wait, did he just fold with the Queen of Hearts?
Parmesan cheese? David did it. You know what?
You're probably getting picked up, yeah.
Alright, I have returned.
Oh, you made it back before the intro. You missed some sweet shots, though. You missed the first poker scene. of the entire series. You missed the first poker scene. Data gets bluffed by fucking Riker with a flush. A full what do you call it?
Full house?
Royal flush.
Royal flush? Yeah.
Yeah, and the only card he can't see is the Queen of Hearts, and Data has the Queen of Hearts in his hand. And he folds anyway. Because Riker beats him with a poker face. Shouldn't Data just go like, oh, well, it's like a 0.0001% chance that he has it? Or it's a 0% chance that he has it because I have the Queen of Hearts in my hand.
So there's no fucking way you can do it.
Unless there's a wild card, which he said ladies are wild or something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Like, it wasn't a wild card. He had a 2 or something. But deuces might have been wild. I don't know. I think he folded. I don't know poker that well. I guess I'm confused with the way it went. But yeah, and then there was a great shot of the Enterprise outside a starbase window. I tried.
Oh, that's cool.
I tried to talk alone here for a while, and then I just shut up.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, she apparently has been recommissioned. She retired at one point.
Retired at like what, 49?
Well, she was a captain. Who cares about being an admiral? I can understand that.
Oh, she's like, yeah.
Yeah, so basically they must have had this discussion when he joined Starfleet. But because there's this new medical engineer jackass who gets a boner for Data, he brings it all back up again.
Yeah.
That seems like a
Science
dick
officer.
move.
Isn't this episode?
Yeah, that science officer that puts him on trial. Yeah.
Data's just a thing.
Exactly. They've already made this decision and decided Data's a living person, and he just comes in and says, "Well, no, I disagree with that. I want to
flat out.
Yeah, I want to bring this all back up again."
Yeah.
And all the admirals and everyone goes, "Well, I guess we can have this discussion again," even though has medals and has been proven to be.
Yeah, you mean later on when they have the other admiral that fucking wants
No,
to
now.
ship with Kit for lol.
No, but I mean, at this point, this should be all taken care of. Like, they should have all had this discussion. Like, the only reason this guy does it is because he wants to. And he thinks the Federation made the wrong decision.
I guess the law is slow. It's kind of brutal that law has to wait to, like, ruin someone's life to figure out where the lines are.
Yeah.
That's
an interesting
strike.
proposal.
Yeah. 3 pips and bars.
Yeah, I think every time we see an admiral, they have a different fucking uniform on.
Well, the Enterprise is kind of like a mobile fucking starbase.
I'd say it's probably a little more sophisticated than this piece of shit that they have sitting out here.
Yeah. There's Dickhead.
He is a tiny little man.
The Admiral in the cupboard. Picard's like, you know which room to give him.
Again, this is like the worst way you could possibly do this. They're like, okay, how can we inform the captain that his third officer is going to be taken off and disassembled and killed?
Yeah.
A man that he was grown to trust and depend upon.
I know we don't have money, but do you know how much time we've invested in this shit so far?
Yeah. and we're just gonna show up on the bridge, not tell him why we're here, and then spring it on him that we're gonna kill his third officer
Yeah.
on a lab table. Like,
I wouldn't let the Klingons or the Romulans fucking kill
Yeah,
this guy.
like,
Why would I
it's-
let you?
it's more proof that the admirals on Starfleet are complete morons.
Dun, dun, dun.
How
Commercial
long
break.
would it? Okay, wait a second. He's a commander. Data's lieutenant commander.
He just orders him not to?
No, no, no. How long has Data been in Starfleet? A decade at least to raise to lieutenant commander. So this
I don't
guy,
know, he might have risen through the ranks quickly.
so this guy's had been okay, but why was this jackass? Let's just say lieutenant commander.
Well, you know what? He might have started a lieutenant if he went to fucking academy and got like fucking.
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of being
and
a-
because he was a fucking doctor. Oh, okay. So you're saying that it could be as little as 5 years that he's been in Starfleet and
Yeah, this
has
might be like
risen to the ranks of lieutenant
8
commander?
years in.
So that guy could have been a commander 8 years ago, a lieutenant commander. He was probably a lieutenant commander 8 years ago. But why was the lieutenant commander on the committee of Starfleet Academy
Yeah,
of
yeah.
admissions?
Yeah, you'd think that would be a commander or something, eh?
Well, you'd think it'd be all admirals.
Or a lieutenant, at least.
And no, all captains. This is the Starfleet Academy, like retired guys that are behind
Yeah.
desks, like
Yeah.
commodores and admirals and shit making that decisions.
Yeah.
Commanders who have been transferred to a desk, lieutenants who like this guy. Has this guy ever served on a starship? Fuck this guy. Like,
Well, he's on a star base right
well,
now.
it's like an honorary rank. It's
Yeah.
like it's like a civil engineer having the rank of major.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When they
Like-
apply to the military.
Yeah, like when they get conscripted or they
Yeah.
join after a while or whatever. And again, you think this is a conflict of interest. He was the only one to oppose his fucking
And now
entry.
he's back to fucking.
Yeah, and now he's like, oh, well, you just wanted to, because you failed to prove that he was not sentient and you could murder him back
once
then.
you're gonna try.
Yeah,
again.
you're gonna try again. Yeah.
Double jeopardy.
He just waited around until he found an admiral with no morals that could justify in his mind ripping apart the robot.
Yeah.
Like, have you not seen the Animatrix?
Yeah,
I'm real.
yeah.
I'm
That was an
real.
awesome scene.
Like, yeah, it's a little over the top, but
Yeah.
it's really burns it into your brain.
It's bashed to pieces. But then again, I see videos on Live League of like people fucking had that happening to human beings every day. Like,
Yeah, and that doesn't affect people.
Yeah. See some guy being like, I stole a kiwi and now people are swinging machetes at me. And there's a mob.
You gotta say though, he's never gonna steal another kiwi again.
No.
not gonna do nothing ever again.
Other than nobody. Oh,
You think that'd be enough if they'd have just said, "Well, I resign,"
yeah.
and then they say, "Okay, well, we can't do it to you because then you're not a Starfleet officer." Then be like, "Don't you think you should have done it in the first place then?" Because you'd have to order somebody to do it, and they have to be a person that has to follow your orders.
Yeah.
And if they resign and you can't convince them to do it otherwise, then maybe you shouldn't do it to begin with.
It'd be cool to get a little bit of backstory on this Picard fucking Admiral, Jag Admiral fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's what the books are for. Young Picard books.
Well, she got like a lady boner for him, and fucking.
No,
Like
I think they're
afterwards, I
frenemies.
guess.
I think they started off with enemies, and they've.
Well, she probably found out what
gradually-
happened to him originally and how he got his fucking command.
Well, I think they've gradually probably
Yeah.
learned to respect.
But her
each
job
other.
was to fucking make it look the worst possible, as the prosecution.
And that's probably how they met
Yeah.
after the Stargazer incident.
Yeah. Well, she probably knows the actual truth,
Yeah, that
even
he
though
had,
she
that
fucking
he
put
had,
him through the fucking dragged him through the mud for it.
yeah, or dragged him through the mud for it, and then found out later,
Yeah.
and that's why he respects her / hates her
Yeah.
because she dragged her through the mud, but then he found out that she thought he was guilty.
That'd be a hate fuck for sure.
No, I don't think Picard's
You just
that
walk
petty.
into the guy's place, start reading his book.
Yeah, that's why this guy's such a douche.
Haha. Turned your own words on you.
Yeah.
Data challenges him to a Rochambeau. It's an ancient human tradition. From a television series called South Park. Data, what if we downloaded you into a Galaxy class starship? No crew.
This is so funny that this is the whole crux of this episode.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can download a brain, but is it really? Do you like you just said? Do you save the essence
Yeah.
of what you are, of those memories, of everything I did, and then fucking the movie just goes, oh no, just download his brain. He's the same
Yeah,
guy. Put all the
exactly.
memories in there. It'll be fine.
The B4 insinuation.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah,
Fucking
it'll take him a
stupid.
while. He'll have to go through some therapy, but it's Data still. It's fine.
They're
Don't
kind of
worry.
like Spock, and you're like, that's not Spock. That's a fucking clone.
Yeah, it's Spock. It's a clone with Spock's memories.
Yeah. That's all they did with. That's all they did was a copy. Another
Yeah.
ripoff. Yet another ripoff, actually.
Well, yeah. It's like Wrath of Khan mixed with Search for Spock. Nemesis. I think they just said that they rejected his resignation, which I never understood.
Picard is or fucking Data's?
Data, like how do you not
Oh,
take-
reject his resignation. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you do that? That's
Yeah, I
always
guess your ass is the states.
that's always a thing in fiction though. Like in television shows, you're like, I tender my resignation. Well, I don't accept your resignation. Well, you can't. What?
You're gonna do hold me here?
Yeah. Like, what if you had fired me? Can I just say no? I don't accept that
I
firing.
am not coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, this is not how that works. I resign. I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
I'm going to Wendy's right now.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
if this was a thing I couldn't resign from, then I wouldn't have even tendered my resignation because I knew I couldn't resign from it. And then again, when they come up with holograms, and then they have that whole fucking big issues about are they real people? You're like, it's the exact same thing. an android or a being made out of light that is computer construct, it's still an artificial intelligence that has a personality that you have given emotions,
and they have,
that is
like,
a sentient being. Sorry.
They have members of the some of the alien species that are like energy trapped into a fucking suit.
Yeah.
So you're like,
a robot's
they've already like,
what's weirder, a robot or an energy being?
Yeah.
Like there's so many members of the Federation that are like, oh, those humans, they're like, they treat their holograms like sex dolls. Like, it's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then they like give them sentience and like bring them into existence, and then when they're done fucking them, they just delete them. Like, it's so harsh. Like, what's that bar that they open up on DS9? Vix?
Oh, Vix and the hologram. Oh no,
Yeah.
holodeck, yeah.
When that started, I was so pissed off because they were just aping off of the Doctor, making a sentient hologram and a hologram they care about and blah 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 blah. I was like, let Voyager do that and drowned. Fucking
Yeah. Go down with that ship.
Yeah. But they like.
But then they came up with good stories for that.
It makes no sense that Quarks isn't a hologram.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
if
all
he
just fake.
has 7 hologram rooms, the whole
What is the
bar.
whole thing? Just a hologram.
Yeah, so he could just like every day of the week have a different room, different setting. Like, I understand the limits of the show. You can't do that, but
because that kind of holodeck, Harrison, is really expensive.
oh, it wouldn't even be. You could just have the holodeck of Quarks.
Yeah.
And just have one room, and just have it on all the time. But every night when you go to pack up and clean up, you just shut it off. All the dirt and gross shit falls to the floor. You mop it up and you
sweep
leave.
It up, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you go through with your bar phaser on low.
Yeah, and just vaporize all fucking everything in the room. It wouldn't even be a phaser. It'd be like clean button.
Yeah.
On your way out, you'd be like clean.
Like
And the floor.
like
yeah.
a self-cleaning oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's an old bag of bones.
And if Data didn't want to die, he could, like, if anybody's in a position to steal a shuttlecraft and get the fuck out of there, like, he could.
He steals the whole ship at one point.
Yeah.
In the series.
They all just roll over. They're like, well, if they take their... The movie characters would be like, well, I guess we're going rogue again.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not taking our data.
See, that would be what V4's mission is just to be the
Like,
stand-in that they fucking give to
They're
this
like,
guy.
we're making a decision that he can be a commissioned officer and go through Starfleet. Then 5 years later, oh, he's
Go
our
back
property.
and fuck it up. Yeah,
Yeah, he's our property, actually. Wait, what about the decision you made that I could voluntarily join like every other officer? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we changed our mind.
Yeah,
Now
saw
you're our
this thing,
property.
didn't I? Like,
We found you.
Yeah.
A Starfleet officer found you on that planet. You're ours. What?
Fuck yeah, Picard in the courtroom. That's brutal.
It's just such a dramatic theater production, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, it's... They're so unemotional about it as Starfleet officers, which makes no sense. Like you said, they meet immortal energy beings all the time, and they're just like, it's life, it's life. They're always jumping at the bit to
Yeah.
call something life, but Data.
Or scan
Nah.
the planet. If there's a single microbe on it,
We can't do
fuck it.
anything. Don't even lay a
Yeah.
boot on that planet. That
Yeah.
will fuck shit up. But Data's our property. We're gonna mass produce him as slave race. What? Why would you think that's a good idea?
Phasing cloak's a better idea than that.
No, Cloak is a better idea than that. Not signing the treaty with the Romulans saying that we can't make Cloak. We will be at peace, but you don't use gunpowder anymore, America. What? Like, no, we're not gonna just tie our hands on a crucial military technology.
Yeah, see, that would be a cool episode where a starship ends up hunting a Section 31 ship that is Cloak, an unmarked Federation
Oh.
ship.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they have a Galaxy class starship that is fucking
Just
cloaked.
blacked out.
Yeah. When they were like, when they heard about the Defiant having a cloak and being on Deep Space Nine, they laughed their tits off.
Yeah.
They're like, we have like 3 ships with cloak that are like parked on Kronos, around Romulus, and any other major planet all the time, just watching them. No, around their suns. We have failsafes. We have a cloaked ship around the Kronos' sun and Romulus' sun. If they go down, if they go do something that we don't like, we just throw a torpedo in their sun and the whole solar system's
Yeah.
gone.
But nobody can know that.
Oh yeah, no. They don't tell anybody that. Just in case. But then Bester, mixing up my Babylon 5 fucking knowledge. What's his name from Section 31 that says, like, there's, like, only a handful of members of Section 31 in key positions that have all the knowledge I have.
Yeah.
Everybody else doesn't have the whole picture. They're just...
Compartmentalized.
Yeah. They might know that they're members of Section 31, but they don't have the big picture.
Oh no, another terrible Star Trek access code. Blue!
Blue 1, green 2, yellow red. Oh, yellow 3.
Yellow 3. See, I don't know what kind of purpose this sort of test serves.
Yeah, that he's real strong. All kinds of races are real strong.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't get is they've literally given him like 3 or 4 different medals of valor and courage and honor.
Right?
How can you turn around after that and be like, he's our property?
Yeah.
Like, is
Did you
the
just
bureaucracy
Did
of...
you just give medals to not a person?
Is the bureaucracy of the Admiralty and Starfleet so confused that 5 years later, there's still admirals that don't know there's a fucking android in Starfleet? That are like, we have an android in Starfleet and we're not dismantling him? Oh, he's real. Who cares if he's a real person? Like, they only talk to the people that would agree with them? Like, there's a whole other section of the admirals that get the news 10 years later, and then they're like, oh no, we gotta take advantage of this. like every aspect of humanity has moved on and got perfect, except for the legal system. The legal system's still all bogged down in vagaries and like
No shit,
not
eh?
taking into effect like morality or anything. Like,
You'd think at some point there would have been a massive adjustment,
yeah,
like
And
after
you're like-
World War III.
You're like, oh, you can't just block that entirely relevant information and evidence just because of bad practices. Like,
Yeah. After World War III, people would watch fucking like the OJ
And,
case trial go on and then laugh.
exactly. And well, people laugh already at that, but people laughed at the time at that. What I don't.
Picard doesn't even know that about him, eh?
I think at this point the only people
It's
who
Riker,
are
Beverly,
and Beverly.
And Geordi.
I don't even think Geordi knows at that point. At this point, because we've only got the one lore episode, right? That's supposed to be a new starbase. It looks like 10 years older than the Galaxy class
It looks like Excelsior.
era.
Yeah.
Like when they first designed that.
What kind of starbase we gonna give the lawyers? Don't give them a new one. Turns out you can't have two datas because they just like start a conversational loop and they get stuck. You could always only have one. Or it's got to be different, like lore.
Yeah. Again, Earth and Starfleet are supposed to be this enlightened group of people who have ascended this petty bullshit. Like, we've literally stripped away so many dangerous jobs and made technology take over everything, and this guy's like, we could let androids do all the dangerous work. What do you mean
Fucking
dangerous
why?
work? There's no dangerous work left.
Yeah.
The most dangerous thing we do is war. Like, that's supposed to be dangerous. Like, we should be putting ourselves in peril. Because if it's not worth risking our lives for, we shouldn't be going to fucking war,
Yeah, What do you
right?
think we're doing to Starship? Hell, that one bitch already died in the tar pit.
Like, there's a whole way you can tell this story. You go to a planet of unenlightened assholes who are thinking this way, and they steal data and try to scan them and take them apart so they can make an army of datas. And then you're like, okay, yeah, we got to stop those assholes. That makes sense. But Starfleet doing this, being the bad guy, why are you pissing everybody? Ugh. Make everybody that's not on the Enterprise complete asshole and morons. That's basically what this is.
Maybe
But again, this is a great speech.
Yeah. Maybe the Federation is really human whitewashed. In general.
Yeah.
So like the closer you get to Earth, you're just like there is a bit of a bias, you know.
Well, again, it's the whole idea. I always thought was all the other Federation members and majority of the races have to go through World War III before they get their heads out of their asses, and then unite as a planet and start going through warp drive. The humans didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The humans, we pulled our heads out of our asses before we had World War III, so our planet had fucking 10 billion people on it. So we have this huge population of people that the other races don't have. Because again, they bombed themselves before they pulled their heads out of their asses and became worthy of the Federation. That's why the Vulcans were so impressed with us. That we managed to become enlightened and develop warp technology. Not now. That's a story that the fucking First Contact makes up. They don't reference World War III at all.
Oh.
We don't have to do that. They never bring it up until First Contact. And they're like, oh yeah, in 2160 there was a world war, and then Zefram Cochrane 10 years later developed warp drive after World War III, which makes no fucking sense. The fucking planet would still be irradiated. Like, unless they're not using nukes in World War III, which is possible, I guess.
Eugenics war, isn't it?
No, the Eugenics War already happened.
War.
It's in our timeline.
Yeah.
Eugenics Wars is over by 1999.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's the Cold War, essentially.
Yeah.
The Eugenics Wars is the Cold War, but they keep it so hush-hush. The Cold War is the front for the Eugenics Wars.
Yeah.
Fucking
So I guess
Fidel Castro, Nicaragua guy, they're all augments, and they take on other identities as Fidel Castro to try to take over the world. And, you know, great power corrupts absolutely, so he becomes a crazy asshole like Fidel Castro is. He's a crazy asshole.
Was.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Well, that's the first time I ever heard of it, anyway, was First Contact.
I thought it was mentioned in original series.
I don't think so. Again, I don't want to look that up because I prefer to live in a universe where that is true. In my little bubble.
Might be the episode where that bitch gets hit by the truck. She's describing a future.
Yeah, but that's the bad
describing a
future. The future when she lives, we have World War III. The future where she dies, we don't have World War III.
Oh.
Because she
That's
preaches...
why get hit by a truck.
The story is
Yeah.
that she preaches peace so much that America disarms and Russia just rolls over them and starts World War III because they can. So they're like, we need that balance to keep the, what do you call it, the deterrent? It's a big deterrent episode.
Yeah.
That's why I never really liked that episode. Because they're like, if we try peace, we'll all be killed.
So they do this uneasy fucking...
It's a good argument. They fail at presenting the argument well, in my mind. Because they gotta kill the bitch? Can't they just tell her? Be like, yeah, ease up on the peace angle. Keep some bombs. Keeps a little bit of a functioning military. Maybe not 10,000 times the enemies, but or your allies combined.
Yeah.
But at least a functioning one.
Like science rank of commander versus Commander Riker, executive rank commander.
And what a fucking cop-out. I want to develop Android life. And I know that some other people have... I know it's possible.
Yeah,
Other
it's more like
people
he just
do
wants to destroy somebody else's that beat him to it.
Yeah. He's just like, I want to do it and I want to
The
do it my
jealous
way.
inventor.
But I can't figure out how to do it,
Yeah.
so I'm going to rip off somebody else's idea. How about you fucking study and work hard and figure out yourself? Sung did it. Why can't you? If you can't figure it out on your own, then maybe you don't deserve it.
He's a machine, okay.
What is he? There are 4 lights.
Yeah. I was also at top acting class in Starfleet Academy.
I could have been head of the drama department, but I took the Enterprise instead.
Arrives with like a beret and a scarf.
Hey, that's the other thing. Just scan them. You can scan an entire planet in a minute. You can't scan data and just replicate them completely and then fucking take that fucker apart.
Well, they probably tried and it didn't work. They're like, oh, we can make an exact copy of it. There's some more magic juju here that meets the eye.
Bullshit. He didn't use magic juju. He was just really smart. Scan it and figure it the fuck out. You don't have to kill data. Just
Well, yeah, but they'd be
scan-
like, we don't know what code to, like put in or whatever.
It's
like,
called reverse engineering.
or
Doesn't
else you're
matter.
making, like, a copy
If
of
you
data.
copy him completely, then take that copy completely apart and try to figure it out, even if it's off or on. You should be able to figure it out eventually. It's going to take longer. Sure. But you don't
Well,
kill
here's-
data. You
no,
don't
here's-
risk data.
No, here's the problem: is if you use the transport of an exact copy, you end up with 2 datas that are exactly the same. And then you want to disassemble one, you're still disassembling
No.
fucking data.
It's not the transporter. You're scanning him and building a replica.
Yeah, but when you turn it on, nothing happens. 'cause you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have the
Who
code.
cares? You can take it apart and you can look at it. That's all he wants to do. He wants to
Yeah,
take
but
it
you don't
apart.
have the code.
Yeah, but they're afraid that they're going to lose the code once it's off. They already don't have the code. That's the worry. Is that they're going to lose the code and not be able to turn it back on once they turn it off and take them completely apart. So you make a replica, take them completely apart, and take it off, figure out whatever you're trying to figure it out, and then turn them on. Once you've figured out what that programming is. Because that's what they're doing. They're shutting off data to figure out what the material and the programming is inside, but
Yeah.
they're worried they're not going to be able to turn it back on.
Yeah, well, there's that risk, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the risk. If you have a replica of him, he's already off. There's no risk of turning him off. Just take him apart and... Oh, you can't turn him back on? You fucking look at the pieces until you figure out how to turn him back on. That's what you're going to do with data, right? Like, why does it have to be data? It could be just a mannequin that has all the same parts inside him that data does. Doesn't even have to have any skin. He doesn't need the actual parts. Like, he doesn't need to put it together. You just replicate every piece, have it on a table, and study them until he figures it the fuck out. But no, he's impatient.
He even does kind of speak of his like bodies. Some of his body parts is like foreign to him.
Yeah.
Got owned in court. Got owned in court.
And like, I will cancel the transfer order. You're a commander. You can just transfer an officer, even if he's under you, like lower rank than you, off of the captain's ship.
Well, I guess he would get a special paper.
Yeah, from like an admiral or something, like giving the captain the order. But if you've already done that, then just send the paper to the captain. Why all this bullshit? Just say transfer, and then when he asks why, say, I don't know, ask the admiral who sent the order.
Fuck you old.
Because these
cuntbag.
admirals are pricks, and they knew what they were doing was wrong, but they wanted to anyway because they're evil assholes. So they sent this guy to fucking kill Data, and take him apart. And then they were like, "Oh fuck, they are stopping us. They're going through the court system, and you know,
Mission
shitty."
failed.
Yeah, we knew that was a possibility. We just wanted to strong arm them because they're evil pricks. Like, thanks Star Trek
Yeah,
for
we
telling
don't
us
know
that.
the right?
Like, yeah, it's the only either they're complete morons or they're evil pricks. Like,
Probably morons. It's wiser to blame ignorance.
yeah, but it still makes me think that Starfleet is run by a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
How did they get this far if this is how they're handling shit? All right. Shut up, David. It's a good episode.
See?
Yeah. You're a good man, my friend. Not yet, sir. Makes up for everything.
Yeah, exactly. The ending.
right. Oh, looks like a Wesley episode next. The Dolphin.
It's the Dauphin, which is like French aristocrat back in the 1700s. Like when lords owned all the land and shit. Basically a lord. Basically
Oh no, it is a Wesley episode. When he meets that changeling girl who he gets a crush on, and she turns out to be a creepy looking weird alien.
Well, we could tear Discovery apart.
You mean like watch an episode of Discovery and commentary over it? Like the first?
Tear it to shreds.
Like the that's a two-parter? Like the first episode two-parter?
Well, it's split up into 2 parts.
No, we could watch one, or we could just
Yeah.
roll into both. I don't know. Yeah, it's a possibility. We'll figure out.
Next time.
Am I working next week? I don't know. But yeah, thanks again, Dave, for joining me.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody out there, and you guys have a good one.
ist diese Töne